functions today instead of inverses of just points. And it's a little bit trickier, but not much. And we're going to use the skill we did in the warm-up where we need to get y alone. So step 1, there's actually kind of a step 0. So step 1 is switching x and y, but do you see how none of these equations have a y?
Yeah.
So let's make the equations have a y. Which of those things is actually y? It's a fancy way of saying y. F of x, that's exactly right. So this is a y, this is a y, and this is a y. So I'm just going to write right over them. So that's kind of step 0 before you even start it, is you can't switch x and y if there's no y. So we need those y's. All right. So just like we were doing yesterday, we're literally going to flip x and y. So this was y, now I'm going to make it x. And then this was x, and now I'm going to make it y. Did you see what I did there with part A? I didn't do any math. I just literally, like we had yesterday, those two just switched spots. So the x is where the y was living, the y is where the x was living. So far, so good? Okay, so that was step 1. Step 2 is to solve for new y. So this is new y. The reason I call it new y is a minute ago it was x, right? Not even a minute ago. So now we need to get that y alone. So just like the warm-up. So usually there's a method to my madness with the warm-up. Like it usually makes some sort of sense that it fits in with what we're doing. Okay, so let's get y alone. How can I deal with this minus 9 and get it away? It's already being subtracted, so I want to do the opposite, which is plus. So I'm going to add the 9 over. So this is gone. X plus 9 equals 3y. Okay. How are the 3 and the y interacting? What's happening with them? They're being timed, so we need to divide. So I'm going to divide away the 3 because that's going to make this go away. And that means, though, that I also need to divide everything over here by 3. So you can't just do it to one thing. You have to divide everything by 3. Okay. So over here, I have my y left. X divided by 3, nothing I can do with that. Agree? Like it's just x divided by 3. I can't, nothing more can be done there. What do we know 9 divided by 3 is, though? 3. And then this would be my final answer. And there's a part of me that doesn't love the fact that the y is on this side. Yeah. And so you could rewrite it like this, right, with the y on the other side. Just flip everybody to the opposite side. Do you need to do this? No. Can you? Yep. It's up to you. So both of these answers are lovely and would get full credit. Yeah, I'm good with either of them. How do we feel about that first example? Okay? Let's try another one. So there's my y. Now it's going to be an x. There's an x. Now it's going to be a y. So just like yesterday with our graphing when we switched x and y, same thing with the equations. We switch x and y for inverses. Okay, so now we want to get y alone. What can I do first? Y wants to be by itself. It's an introvert. It wants an alone day. Well, look at what we did first on the last one. Yeah, so we want to subtract the 6. So the best way to start is to always get rid of whatever is being added or subtracted first. So x minus 6 equals 2y. And then what should I do? Yeah, divide the 2. So we've got consistency in math, and that's one thing that I really love about it, is that, you know, oftentimes when we're solving or doing whatever process we're doing, we kind of do the same thing over and over. So we get better at it and we see the pattern. Can I really divide x by 2? No, because I don't know what x is. Minus, can I divide 6 by 2 though? Yeah, what is it? 3. And this can be my final answer because y is alone. So again, your goal is that y is all by itself. And again, if that bothers you, you can flip like this so that the y equals is on the other side. Again, either answer is good. You don't need both. Okay, the next one's just a little bit different, but not much. It's our last example already. Look how fast. How fast. Okay. X equals 1/2 y plus 5. All right, so I switched my x and y. Now y wants to be alone. What should I do first? This part's still the same. Yeah, minus the 5. Get rid of the 5. So always get rid of the thing that's being added or subtracted first. Okay. If we have 1/2, and it's a fraction, right? How can I get rid of a 1/2? So it's already kind of got some division in it. Multiply is going to be the answer. What should I multiply by? Yeah, multiply by 2. So you're going to multiply by whatever's in the denominator. So if it's a fraction where your numerator is 1, the fix is to multiply it by what's in the denominator. So if I have 2 halves, what is 2 halves?
1.
1 whole, right? So I have 1 whole y is equal to, and again, just like when we divided, we have to multiply to everything too. So 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. And that's it. What do we think? Can we do that? Okay. So we talked about just the points yesterday and how to flip them and find the inverse. Today we talked about the equations. So if you're given an equation, what to do.